Oh, we on? Oh, my bad. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Connection Interruption. It is your boy DJ Tay Boogie. I will be your host for the evening with my homie Tuss Artist. We've been brought to you by Esports. Yes, Game Day Esports, and also by our sponsor, Frisch's. And for those that don't know what Game Day Esports is, you can log on to GameDayPR.com. And you want to be an ambassador or anything as far as the esports community, make sure you come and holler at us because they are doing big things in the esports community, bridging the gap between gaming and, yes, you. That's how it's going down. And usually we start out the episode where we're going to play a little game tonight. We're going to mix it up. We're going to do a little exercise called This or That. Is being inspired by our friends at Frisch's Big Boys. Yes, and we're going to go through the draft tonight.
What is up?
What's up, man?
What's happening?
Man, slow motion, brother. Hey, you know I had to get my my fuel for the evening.
I did too. Did you go cherry coke? Did we both go cherry coke?
No, I actually switched it up today. I actually went mellow yellow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I actually went mellow yellow because I needed a little extra kit because I've been kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Going through a drought on 2K and Madden. So I need some fuel, gamer fuel.
You know, the rest of us call that losing, Tay.
I know.
We don't go through droughts. We just lose.
I know. You know, I was at practice, but I wasn't paying attention. So, you know,
practice.
I got whoops.
I wish right now I had that Allen Iverson video ready, like for when he was practicing.
Practice.
We're talking about practice.
Yeah, practice?
Man. Yeah, no, I get it. I go through spurts. I would just say my entire Call of Duty career is just loss. Warzone is that way for me, so I get it. Like I'll play really well, but then I never win. So I mean, I've been there. In FIFA, I go through spurts. Speaking of FIFA, we're going to go ahead and this is not on the agenda, but for the show, but we're going to go ahead and announce next week right here.
Yes.
On the show, 8:00 in 2 weeks. Sorry, not next week. It'll be the next show, which is on the 28th.
Yes,
we will have Gian Harris Giadero from King's Hammer Esports on as our guest. So hit you with that announcement right off the bat here.
Exclusive.
I don't have the air horn sound. I should have had the air horn sound ready too. I'm just slacking tonight.
Nah.
We knew this was how it was going to be today. It's been a rough couple of weeks from the last show till now, but we're going to hit this really quick with this or that. So right off the bat, since we're inspired by Frisch's to do this or that, the first one, this or that, fries or onion rings.
I'm gonna have to go with onion rings,
bro. That's right. That's right. There is zero question if it's fries or onion rings. Like it's just yeah. I mean, their fries are good. Don't get me wrong, but excellent.
Like I got a love for onion rings.
Yeah, the onion rings are spot on.
See, like the fries you dip once and just eat them. The onion rings you can dip like twice, maybe 3 times. So yeah,
dude, I asked for extra tartar sauce tonight.
Yeah,
no joke. I think they gave me like 12 packets. I got tartar sauce all over my pants. I was covered. Like that's when you know you've had a good big boy, when you just can't keep yourself clean, right? Like you're like,
hey, good thing we're not taping the show standing up. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I have pants on, y'all, but they do not look good right now because they got tartar sauce on. All right. So this or that, we're going to go laptop or desktop.
Well, for my experiences, I'm going to have to go laptop. We'll talk about the desktop part later. But
yeah. That is going to be a topic of discussion later because as we talked about on our last show 2 weeks ago, Tay is looking for a gaming PC. So something that we've been talking about and we're going to continue to talk about until we can actually find him something that's going to serve his purpose here. So midnight or noon?
I'm going to have to be a midnight person.
I used to be midnight. Now I'm like noon is 1 hour away from my lunchtime. So I'm like,
yeah. I'm usually waking up around noon if I'm not at work.
ooh, man, I miss those days. I haven't had one of those days in a while. Oh, this is a good one. And Sloppy Joe or Philly cheesesteak.
All right, hey, you know what? That's gonna be a hard one for me, but I gotta go with the Philly. And if you ever been to Philly or New York and had a Philly cheesesteak,
Gotta get the whiz. Gotta get it wit.
Hey,
Get wit in the whiz.
if it don't have it on there, it's not official.
Dude, that would be an awesome thing to add on to a big boy. You know how they have like the California big boy?
Yes.
Hit me with the Philly steak and the cheese whiz. Like, give me that whiz.
Hey, hold on. I think we might need to get 10-15% off that.
Yeah. When that gets on the menu, remember you heard it here.
You heard it here
first. Like we're all about it.
Exclusive.
Interesting. Poncho or sombrero?
I would have to go with sombrero. I did 10 years in Texas, so I gotta go with the sombrero.
Dig the sombrero, huh?
Yeah, I definitely did. I can't do ponchos. It's like once they get wet, they're all sticky.
So those of you that are just joining us or are new to the show, we are super into music as well. So this one doesn't come as any surprise that I'm going to ask this question. Oh, no, like this is a good one. Tina Turner or Whitney Houston?
Woo! Yeah, that's a hard one. I'm gonna have to go with Tina. I'm gonna have to go with Tina.
Are you for real?
Yes.
We're gonna disagree on this one because Whitney is Whitney.
No, Whitney is Whitney, but it was the it was the dancing for me for Tina. Like she has an excellent stage show. So.
All right. No, I can dig that. All right. Beast mode or savage?
I'm gonna have to go with beast mode. Oh man, hold on.
All right.
Hey, somebody.
There it is. Okay, Team Mark on Twitch hits us with LeBron or Jordan.
Hey, I came up in the Jordan era. But I'm gonna have to go Team LeBron.
Bro,
I'm sorry.
No, what are you doing?
No, see, this is the thing though. I have a story about Jordan and I have a story about LeBron.
All right,
so,
I get it. No,
Jordan was here playing golf in Cincinnati off of Reading Road. I forgot golf course off of Paddock Hills, right? And he was on, I think it was start the 9th hole because it was right off the street. And we were all lined up on the gate screaming Jordan, trying to get autographs. He didn't even look our way.
Yeah, because he was golfing. He doesn't want to.
Nah, man. You know.
Nah, come on now.
How many times did he come to golfing
and never.
Right. So
why would you? Like, he would have no reason to really be here because we didn't have an NBA team, which is still frustrating to me. But
yeah, that's the
Sacramento Kings should still be here in Cincinnati.
AKA the Cincinnati Warriors, but I gotta go with LeBron because I watched him play in high school, and every time I've seen him since he's been in the pros, he's always shown love. So
yeah, he was for sure a man amongst boys in high school. There's no doubt there. Social media or social event, like go outside a pandemic. Let's just say if you had either you could do a social media thing or we could go to a social event. Which one would you do?
I will be social event.
Yeah, I think I am too, but I'm not I hold my right to just have a social media event too because I love my alone time because I don't get it very often. So it's a little different. But yeah, I could see for sure social event would be a thing for you. You're super personable and you like being out and about, right? That's that whole DJ. You also DJ too, so that's.
Yeah, and with the whole pandemic thing, it's like DJing online is cool. You can talk to people and do different Zoom parties and stuff like that. But it's
Ooh.
nothing like being in a room and seeing the reaction of you dropping certain songs
Oh yeah, for sure.
during the course of the night.
Yeah, hands in the air. All of a sudden, you're like, yeah, and then
Yeah.
you can kill the crowd too. Though, you've done that, right?
Yes,
Where
yes, I
like,
have.
boom, and everybody's like,
No, one night I forgot what song it was, but they sampled Frank Sinatra, New York.
ooh.
So the song is going. Then I just stopped it. I was like, "Hey, you don't know where that came from," and I started playing. Start spreading in the news.
And they were all like, "Yep, I'm leaving today." Peace.
No, they left right to the bar, so the club owner was happy.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. All right. So this is the ultimate gamer one because we've talked about this before. I think it was on the first episode we talked about it, or maybe it was even when we were prepping for a show. Pop-Tarts or Hot Pockets? I don't remember if that was on an episode or not. It may have been. We was
talking about that. We was pre-gaming.
Yeah, so we talked about that with Mark. So Mark Swing's not with us tonight. He had some dental work done and isn't able to join us. But we joked with him that you have to have a separate controller for when you eat while you play, and I think that was where this conversation went from. But Pop-Tarts or Hot Pockets?
As much as I love Pop-Tarts, I'm gonna have to go with Hot Pockets.
Yeah, Hot Pockets for sure.
I destroyed a couple of controllers with sauce in there. Yeah, sad day. Because like when you eat Pop-Tarts while you're playing the game, it's like your mouth gets dry. Then you gotta get up and go get a drink.
That's true. That's true. I didn't think about that. Pop-Tarts are a little dry, but yeah. Pancakes or waffles? I'm a waffles guy.
Yeah, waffles.
I'm a waffles guy for sure. All right. Corn on the cob or off the cob?
I would have to say off the cob. Yeah, because I actually chipped one of my teeth eating corn on the cob.
Ooh, that does not sound like fun. All right, let's do one more. We'll see if I can. I'm trying to find one that I got it. I don't even need it. I don't need the app. I got this. Best game soundtrack. GTA, Forza Horizon, NBA 2K, or Madden. There's 4 to choose from. This or that, or this or that. There's four choices there. So GTA, Madden, NBA, or Forza Horizon.
You dirty. You dirty for this one,
bro. Yeah, because that's 4. Tell me that there's not 4. Give me another one that's better than those 4. In general,
that's not.
I mean, the only other thing I could say was maybe, and somebody in chat could check me on this one, like maybe Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy soundtracks are in that general realm because of the cinematic music, but like most of the stuff,
yeah. It's going to be a toss-up for me between 2K because I like when Jay-Z did the soundtrack and I like when Pharrell did it. And it's going to be a toss-up between 2K and Grand Theft because I like changing the radio stations depending on the mission. And I like listening to the West Coast channel because they go backs.
Yeah, well, I got the DMCA strike one time while I was playing GTA on stream. I didn't even think about it. Like I was just jamming the music like while we were playing and got hit with it. So it's kind of one of those funny things.
So when it comes out between those two, I'm gonna have to go with Grand Theft Auto because when I play basketball, sometimes I get distracted bumping my head to the music. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with GTA.
All right, GTA. All right, so we went NBA and GTA of those. I can dig that. All right, so usually we start the show off with what we're playing, but we decided we were going to do this or that. Thanks to Frisch's for being the inspiration there as I went through the drive-through and couldn't decide fries or onion rings, and I knew better. I know that onion rings are the way to go. So yeah, that's kind of a fun little exercise. We may do that again here in the future. I'd love to hear Mark's answer on some things like
yes.
like
a whole different
like CS:GO or Call of Duty. I already know his answer on that one, but there's some other ones I would think that would be a lot of fun. So when he joins us back on the next pod, we may roll this or that back out again. But what are you playing right now, Tay?
Okay, I've been playing the Star Wars Squadron, Hitman 3.
How is Hitman? Like let's talk a little bit about Hitman, because I know it's super pretty looking, right? Like
yes, and just the training for it is hard.
So you're not selling me, bro.
No. I'm waiting for the video to get finished so I can really get into it, so they can get a feel for it. Like the graphics is crazy. The missions, I felt like I was an actual hitman, and it's like straight bananas. Yeah. Yeah.
Did they just kill the dude with dropping a car on him?
Yes.
None of you are safe anymore.
No one's safe.
This is your gift.
Yes.
Your curse.
All right.
Touching
Gift and curse.
Only by ending them.
Oh boy. All right.
Okay, so now
so that's the Hitman series. That's the first season. That was the complete first season, right? That wasn't the newest one, but
no.
Oh, man, that's a game. Is it for me? It seems like it's a game that's too stealthy. Can you go in and just kind of run and gun, or do you have like? I remember the older ones, you had to like be super careful about how you went through. Like,
you can run a gun on some missions. But the thing is not to blow your cover. It's hard not to blow your cover. And it's like, okay, if you put somebody to sleep and you take their clothes, you got to go hide them and then go back to doing what you were doing. So it's, I say it's very realistic if you were being a spy or actual hitman, the things that they go through. So that's one of the reasons I really like the game, because it really makes you think, and at the same time, it makes it fun.
Okay. Yeah, I've played. I know I played one of the original ones, and I remember having to like sneak around there's like a cruise ship or something that there's like, and you're kind of going through and
yes.
Yeah. So I remember playing that, and I want to get back into it. I want to hit this new one, but I'm not a good stealth gamer.
But what's crazy that you mentioned a cruise ship, the training for it, you're on a ship. At a party. So
you have to find this one person, and you basically have to wait. Yeah, I wonder if that's like a remake from the original one, because that was one of the first missions in the original game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's definitely dope, and the graphics makes it even way better.
Cool. So you were playing something else. We were talking about it earlier.
Hold on, I got my list. Let me see here.
He's got the whole list going.
Because I played the Hitman. I was playing Need for Speed Heat.
All right.
Yeah, that Need for Speed Heat.
Is this it? No, there's Star Wars Squadrons.
Yeah.
All right, so Star Wars.
We can do Squadrons first.
Yeah, so this is one that I have. It's not crossplay though, right? Because you have it on PlayStation.
Yeah, I have it on PlayStation.
So I don't have it on PlayStation. I got it on. I want to say I got it on PC, but it's on Xbox Game Pass now as well. But this game looks awesome. So what would you say is your favorite part about it so far?
I like the whole aspect of flying, but I suck at flying. But the maneuverability of flying, the controls, the guns, the weapons, love it. But I suck at flying, so I have it. My friend is like, hey, you gotta get better. We can't get through these missions if you're not gonna learn how to fly. So
do you play it with inverted controls, like when you fly, like? or do you play it with regular controls when you fly?
I do regular.
Have you tried to flip it around to the inverted and see if it works better?
You know what? I'm gonna do that tonight after the show, and I'll let you know next
Yeah,
show. How
I
it
have a
goes.
friend who plays shooters inverted,
How?
and she swears by it. Absolutely, she swears by it. She's always like, and I remember when she used to, come over to our place and we'd all play, and then I'd go back to my system and all the controls would be backwards. And I'm like, but she's really good with it. And I wonder if, like, with a flying game, if you switch to inverted controls, if you'd be more comfortable with it. Because I think somewhere in our brains, and I don't know how we do this, but we know that we're supposed to have inverted controls on flying games.
Hey, so if it works, hey, I will give you all props and praise.
It's worth a
next
shot.
show.
It's worth a shot. All right, so then you're playing Need for Speed. That was the other one, right?
Yes. Hey, that is my game.
They can't look away. They have to see. So I say, watch. This is me.
That drifting is true.
Do you like the drifting games?
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to have a Honda CRX 89 with the emergency brake in the middle,
Yeah.
the 5-speed. So yeah,
Nice. So it's funny that you said you were playing this. So, I have been playing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, like the old.
I had that for 3, but they have it for 4 now. I haven't picked it up. They have it for the greatest hits.
I just got it. It was on sale on the Switch eShop like
Mhm.
over the weekend. So I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up. But yeah, like the Need for Speed games are really, really good if you aren't too interested in realism. Like I feel like they're more arcadey, like more arcade racers.
True.
But then I love that about them. Like it's not a complaint. I just think it's a different kind of beast. So for me, I think that's just one that I have an appreciation for because of that. What's your favorite part about the Need for Speed games?
Winning in races, so I can go back to the shop and tune up my car. So it's like, and you can do day or night. So it's like, okay, night races I suck at because I'm
Really?
always running into something. And then it's like in the city, they have all these bright lights and they have the arrows where you press the turn. But it's like, if you're playing in the dark and you're driving in the dark, it doesn't work. So most of my races are during the day.
We need to do a playthrough together, like in the same area, and I'll let you tune up my car and then I'll race it and see if I'm any better with you tuning it up. I'm
Gotcha.
really bad. I'm really bad at tuning up cars. Like in all those games, like I played Forza Motorsport, like not Horizon, but the regular Forza Motorsport games with the tracks. And I would race against these people that have all these cars that are tuned perfectly and whatever. And I'm like, I'm never going to compete with these guys. I have no chance.
It actually, I know every game comes out with a book, but they actually have tutorials on YouTube how to properly tune out cars.
Yeah,
and it took me like 3 months to actually get my car perfectly tuned up.
But you figured it out though. Yeah, I should probably watch some of those videos. I'm sure there's a ton of them out there, but I love the Need for Speed game. So it's cool when you were like, "Yeah, I'm playing this one." I'm like, I played a little bit of Heat. I like the opening scene. Not a spoiler for anybody, but the opening scene, you basically get busted by the cops. Surprise!
Yeah,
like every other Need for Speed game. Like, yep. Hey, guess what? I get busted by the cops again.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I really like those games. I've probably put more hours into that series than any other racing series, I would guess.
Not the most hours I ever put into a racing game was Gran Turismo. That's the most realistic.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Like the realism. Did you ever play Driver back in the day?
Yes, I still have it.
Yeah, so for those of you that are watching that haven't played Driver, you had to pass a driving test in game before you could continue in that game.
Yes.
and people literally were selling PlayStation memory cards that were saved after the driving test because people couldn't get past the driving test in the game. But yeah, there's a couple of those games like Driver 3. I think Driver 3 was San Francisco, if I remember correctly. I like that one a lot. But yeah, there's a lot. I know you play a lot of racing games, so we need to get together and figure out a time that we can race together on something, because those games are a blast.
Hey, and I'll bring the big boys. Hey, speaking of that, bringing food. Big shout out to Frisch's and their sliders.
Right?
I got the 3-pack.
Did you get the big boy sliders, or did you get the bad boy sliders?
No, I got the big boy slider.
I think I'm doing bad boy sliders next time.
Hey, those are the truth.
I think I might have to.
I just wish they could be up in 24 hours.
Hey, look, we finished the podcast tonight and be like, hey, we're going back to Frisch's.
Facts.
Like we're gonna roll back through that drive-through. All right. So anything else that you were playing this week? Was that was my 3 honorable mentions. I was playing the 2K golf. Oh yeah, we talked about that earlier pre-show. We both have an affinity for the PGA Tour 2K21. Like we both really like it. But again, I have it on Xbox, PC, and Tay's got it on PlayStation. Like one good thing about the show is we play on different consoles, but it also keeps us from playing together sometimes. So that's kind of a bad thing. But we'll try to figure that out. I told him
in the search for the PC.
Yeah, but, that's a discussion for later, right? We're going to talk a little bit about your PC search. Uh-oh, I lost him. No. It's a live show, folks. Stuff happens. Tay is frozen on the screen. Let's take a real quick screenshot of him just by himself. Solo, bam, frozen. All right. So while we try to get Tay back on board here, let's see if we can get him back in. He's still gonzo. So hopefully he'll be able to hop back in and join us here. But while we're waiting for him to hop back in, hopefully it's just a brief second here. I'm going to talk about what I've been playing this week, and kind of a game that I was kind of surprised that I got into. If you had told me that I'd be interested in playing Monster Hunter before it came out, I would probably tell you it looks really, really cool, but I don't think I'm into it. But I've really, really gotten into it. I'm super digging this game. And this is just footage from the pre-release demo. But there are so many things that are complicated in this game that it has made it hard to kind of keep going. But if you're a big Monster Hunter fan and you're watching the show, I would love to go through it with somebody who plays a lot of Monster Hunter and is really good at the game or knows a lot about it, even if you're not really good at it. But you know a lot about it. I would love to hop on board and play with somebody who's played quite a bit of it, because for me, that game is one of my favorite games right now of the year. Mainly because it's something different. It's definitely a change of pace for me. So if you're a Monster Hunter fan, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can hit me at Twitter at TouchedArtist, or even in the game day chat, or any other form of social media at TouchedArtist as well. So I would love to get on board with somebody that's interested in playing some Monster Hunter and kind of teaching me the ropes. Another game that I'm really, really looking forward to is Pokemon Snap. I can't wait for that game to come out. So if you're a Pokemon fan and you want to touch base there as well, I kind of do a lot of Switch gaming. So this week I was able to play Mario 3D World as well, which I've really enjoyed. And I played over on the game day stream. I played Outriders this past week, and then Saturday afternoon I played with a buddy of mine. So we talked about it on the last pod, and about how it plays and what we thought it might be like. And I know Swing really was kind of was on the fence on whether to get it or not, or how he really felt about it. And I have to say that after playing it for a while, like, I'm super interested in tackling some more of that game as they continue to evolve content and stuff. So I think it could be really, really cool. Let's see. So we're trying to get Tay back in. We're having some technical issues. He's saying he can't hop back in. Let's see if we can get him back on board here. Live show technical issues happen, unfortunately. We're going to see if we can get him to join in. But as he's trying to get back in, we'll chat a little bit more here. So I've really been looking forward to Pokemon Snap, and I know there's a lot of people that are kind of on the fence about this one as well, but I think it looks pretty cool. So, I mean, do we have any Pokemon fans out there? Because I know the Poke world is kind of crazy. So it looks like a super basic, like, you know, go around, take pictures of your favorite Pokemon and stuff like that. No battling in this game. But the original Pokemon Snap was a lot of fun, so I could see getting into this and trying to find all the different Pokemon along the way. And while we're waiting for Tay to try to jump back in, I'll take a second here and share with you guys. There's a Rocket League tournament coming up on the 17th and 18th with our partner King's Hammer. So be sure to follow King's Hammer Esports on Twitter, KH_esports. Don't miss out on this event. All the King's Hammer Esports Rocket League tournaments have been awesome. They've been a lot of fun. I've casted a couple of them. There's some good competition, a lot of really cool cats, playing with some good teams. And then the other event that you do not want to miss out on, and I wish Tay was here because Tay is a big Madden fan. There's a Madden tournament sponsored by Frisch's, NFL Draft Weekend, April 24th and 25th. Being played on both PlayStation and Xbox. So there are links if you follow at Game Day Esports. And you can get into either system on that. But yeah, so 2 really big tournament events, back-to-back weekends. So make sure you don't miss out on that. You know, we've got the Rocket League King's Hammer event, and then Madden's NFL Draft Weekend tournament. Both events sponsored by our friends at Frisch's. So Frisch's big boy helping us out again. And he's back.
I heard you say man, baby.
I did say man. I did. I was just trying to tell people, like, while we were waiting for you to get back, because I didn't want to share the one game that I'm really looking forward to without you being here. But I know you're excited about this Madden event.
Yes.
You're gonna play, right? You are gonna play.
Hey, I'm trying to work it out because the 24th and 25th, I will also be in Vegas at the world's biggest game room. So I'm gonna have to take my PS4 with me.
Well, I'm sure that the world's biggest game room has a PlayStation 4 in it, right? I mean,
yes, they do. I have to see what their hours are because I'm trying to win some money so I can put it into my big boy coin bank. Yes,
that's so awesome.
Yeah, so I gotta fill up my bank. So somebody has to lose.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's going to be a fun event. I thought about doing it. I haven't played competitive Madden in years. We've talked about this before off air, but the last time I played competitive Madden, Vince Young was on the cover. So that was Madden 08, right?
Yes, and you were telling your age.
Oh, okay. Yeah, bro. Like this gives it away. I mean, there's zero question.
Hold on. I have the LeBron syndrome, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's gray in the beard. Y'all know, like, if you know, you know. But Madden has been a great competitive scene, and I really haven't hopped back in and played a whole lot of competitive Madden since 08. But I think it would be fun to hop in. So if you're interested, like, be sure to check out this tournament. I think you're gonna have some good players there. Again, both the Madden tournament and the Rocket League tournament are both sponsored by Frisch's Big Boy. Again, we can't thank Frisch's enough. And we do kind of, show that we're drinking and eating and like, genuinely, we like Frisch's as a sponsor because we love their food.
Frisch's.
We love it. So, like, the fact that they were willing to hop on board with us through this adventure, like, we really appreciate them for putting up with our shenanigans. Because we're super big fans of the Big Boy. So
I had to go get a refill while I was out.
You froze again. I can hear you.
Oh, Lord,
your
Jesus.
face is frozen. Your face is all frozen again. There we go. We cut back
there
up.
we go.
Yeah, it was a quick little lag spike there.
But I will say this about Madden, since we're talking Madden. The gameplay between PS4 and the PS5 is completely different.
So I played between Xbox and Series X, like Xbox One and Series X, and I totally agree with you. Absolutely different.
So if you're gonna jump in and people are like, oh man, well, I was good on PS4, I was good on Xbox, you might want to reconsider that. You might want to get a couple of practice games in before you jump into the tournament, because I would gladly take your money.
No, that's just wrong. You're like, yep, taking out cash. Yeah, it's a different beast, right? So I'm looking right now. I pulled it up. Right now, there's only 2 players registered for the Xbox One event. It's a week away, and we know that's always a last minute kind of sign up.
Yeah.
Same boat for the PlayStation. So 2 people registered right now. But again, like the 1v1, it's $175 prize pool.
I'm gonna say this. Hold on. Which camera am I looking at? No.
Camera 1, camera 2,
camera 2. No, but sign up. It's definitely fun. These tournaments are definitely off the chain. Keep your language PG-13, but yeah,
right.
They talk a lot of trash and come in and actually get to know the community of Madden and also Rocket League. So.
$100 for first prize, $50 for second prize, and $25 for third in the Madden tournament. Right? Like that's not a bad chunk of change for a weekend's worth of work, right? Like when you're playing a game that you're going to play anyway.
Right.
Like that's always like I always tell people, like, if they're going to pay me to play a video game, yeah, I can do that.
And where do you have to go? So go ahead and get signed up.
Right.
And you know what? Even if you win third place, you know what you can get at Frisch's for $25.
That's right.
Hey, I'll get a couple orders of sliders.
So take a look at this. This is like, for those of you that are Rocket League fans, just take one little look at this. First prize, $300 for this event. Second prize, $150. Third prize, $75. Like, you get 3 of your buddies, together and play, hop in, get some extra coin. All right, enough pimping out all those tournaments. I know we've got one, the next two weekends, they're a big deal. But all right, this is the game, and I didn't tell you which game I wanted to show you because I want to see your genuine reaction. This trailer dropped today, right before, like, I got home from work and I logged into Twitter, and then I sent you a message like, "Hey, when are we going to get up? Like, what's going on?" And then I saw this video and went, "Oh my God, I got to show this on the cast tonight." Like, there's no question. So without further ado,
drum roll. Oh, are you serious? Wow. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. This is crazy. Wow. And that was one of my favorite moves to do that torpedo spin. Wow.
Super exciting, right? Like,
my jaw's hurt right now. Hold on.
I saw it and I was like, "Oh my God." Like, I've got to play that. Like, can I play it now? Like, what do I have to do? Like,
what systems is it coming out on?
That's what I'm pulling up right now. So that was they just announced it for Nintendo Switch today. But it was already announced for PlayStation 4, Windows, and Xbox One previously. So today was the announcement that I saw for Switch. And that was when I was like, "Oh man, I gotta play this." Because it has 4-player co-op. So if you're like me and you have kids, you take the Joy-Cons off the side of your Switch, turn those sideways, as The Rock used to say, turn that sideways. and just play, like, and you can, you were playing the Power Rangers fighting game, right?
Yes.
So on PS4, there's a Power Rangers game that's 4-player that is just like the old Turtles games.
Okay.
So that's the kind of stuff, like, if anytime you can get co-op games, like, where you can couch co-op, like, I'm all about it.
Hey, and when the original came out, I think we stayed down my homeboy's house for like 2 days. The only time we came home was to eat and shower and go back. Like, it was bananas. Like, I'm glad they're bringing that back.
Yeah,
so is that the graphics? They using the old graphics?
Yeah, like old school.
That. Yeah.
So the developers of the game are actually, like, one of their specialties is doing, like, those old school graphics. So that's kind of a cool feature. I'm trying to find another thing about that game right now, and I'm coming up short. I had a link and I accidentally just went over it when I was trying to do something else. But it's .mu is the publisher, and Tribute Games. Tribute Games is the one that the developer that does a lot of old school, like, remasters and types of things like that. But they do some really, really cool stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Aren't they bringing back is it Ninja Gaiden and Shinobi too?
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know they were doing those. Ninja Gaiden used to be like the bane of my existence. Like, I was so awful at that game and I wanted to beat it so bad.
Yeah, I see the trailer for it, but they're not gonna have, I think, the first 2 because of some legal things.
They're Konami, right?
Yeah.
Konami probably has a lockdown on those bad boys. That tends to be the case. And there was some news this weekend about Konami. Actually, there's some rumors going that as Microsoft keeps grabbing up and snatching up all these studios, that Konami is like one of the next ones on their list. So that could be an interesting, if that comes to fruition, that could be a really, really interesting situation where they hop in and snatch Konami up, and then maybe legally they can figure out a way to do that. This is the Power Rangers game. This is an older game, guys. I want to show you this though, because we're talking about co-op games a little bit. I think you guys will have an appreciation for this.
Years, it's time to conquer Earth.
Alpha, Rita Repulse has escaped. We must act quickly.
Oh God! Oh God!
It's so cheesy, right? Like,
It was fun though.
yeah. These are guys like, so I just kind of skip through the video so you can see, but it almost plays like Double Dragon back in the day, but like you have the Rangers. So you have the Rangers where like you're watching and basically playing. You can play 4-player co-op on this one. So this is another one of those. This is why like the Turtles game had me excited because of games like this. That's a big deal for anybody
Right.
that has kids or that wants to play with buddies. Like if you're back to doing some couch co-op. We don't get couch co-op games very often anymore. It's all about like, hey, go play it on PlayStation Network or on Xbox Live. Like, but couch co-op used to be our jam back in the day, right? Like that was
And one thing I used to hate back in the day, because you always had that one friend that couldn't play, that just smashed buttons and they were the first to die every mission.
Or they would beat you by smashing buttons. Shout out to my buddy Freddie, if he's watching this. I beat him at Mortal Kombat at the arcade. And you know it. Like, I just smashing. Like, that. He was so mad. He's one of the best Mortal Kombat players I've ever met. And I beat him at the original Mortal Kombat in the arcade, at Arcade Legacy. Non-sponsored, but Arcade Legacy Ohio. Check them out. They're one of my favorite spots in the Cincinnati area. There's a location in Forest Park. They've got the bar edition in North Side, and then over in Newport, they're opening a new location in Newport. So
he did a whole infomercial.
Yeah, dude. Like straight up, I love Jesse, the owner of that place. Like he has always taken good care of me when I needed something. He's got a ton of old school stuff you can buy, tons of pinball machines in there. Just a nice dude, great time. Like when we go in there, like I introduced my now 15-year-old when I want to say he was probably like 7 or 8 to Battletoads for the first time in that arcade. Wow, so nice. Any co-op games, and I have fond memories of couch co-op. So the fact that they're putting that Turtles game out there with couch co-op is pretty awesome. So I know you're looking forward to
Tuesday, 420, baby.
Right? Tuesday. Not the reason you're thinking 420 that he's looking forward to.
Major League Baseball, the show.
The show, and some amazing news about the show. We didn't know this when we broadcast 2 weeks ago. The show is going to be free on Xbox for anybody who has Game Pass. How big is that for Xbox owners to have the game that was only on PlayStation for so many years, like as part of their experience if they have Game Pass?
But I feel some type of way about that. But
no, that's fine. How
hey, because I'm a PlayStation fan, and I had to go out and actually buy my game. And they get it for free. But I get the promotion because it's the first time being on Xbox. I get it. But it's nothing like having the disc. I'm sorry.
So I've given up on physical media for the most part at this point in my life. Almost everything is digital. And then the sad news of that is PlayStation just announced they're going to close the PS3 store and the Vita store. And a lot of games are going away. Speaking
of that, there's a rumor that people with PS4s have been dying because they're messing with the system.
What?
Yeah, so it's like where they're in the process of closing the stores and stuff. Like it's like, oh, we have a death date for PS4. Everything's gonna come to an end. I'm like, hey, but they're still releasing games.
I don't think they're gonna go. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go that far. I don't think we're gonna see anything like that. But yeah, I'm kind of frustrated with the Vita store being closed down because I love my Vita. Before the Switch came around, the Vita was my my go-to. Like I hate to admit, I don't even want to admit this. I can't tell you how many hours I played Minecraft on the Vita. I can't dude, I can't. Like I didn't really get into it on any other system. Like my kids love it. They play it on Xbox, they play it on PC, but on Vita, I played a ton on Vita.
Well, I have a small confession. I didn't have the Vita, but I have the PSP, and I am on the search for another PSP. Like that game was the truth, and I took it everywhere, and somebody stole it. So, PlayStation, if you hear me, help! Help!
All right, shout out to the local Sony PlayStation rep Brian Maxberry, my man Brian. If you know Brian, if you can help us out, and then the regional manager Sherry, love you guys. You always take good care of me too. When I used to work for GameStop, Sherry was our district rep. Like she was awesome. Now my buddy Brian has her job and she moved up. But they're great people and PlayStation's got some great people working for them. So even though there's some things that are happening right now and you're like, why are they doing that? Keep in mind, like, and I tweeted about this from our official account last week because the servers were down on Outriders and people were blasting the developers of that game, like getting on social media, finding out what their usernames were and going out there and just trashing them. Like, let's not.
Yeah.
Like, it's that simple. Let's not do that. Like, we talked about it 2 weeks ago. We want to be inclusive. We want to make sure that everybody's enjoying gaming. Like, don't go out there and destroy these developers that are trying to do their best to put good games out there.
Hey, that should be one of our shows. Since me and you like to go out and travel, we should go to a gaming house and actually see the behind the scenes of putting the game together. So
it would be awesome. Yeah, it would be awesome. I'd love to be a fly in the wall in the Square Enix offices with People Can Fly with the way Outriders has gone. Because I think overall it's not a terrible game. It's good. It's got a lot of little quirks in it that could be better. But I've seen games like this where, like Anthem, for example, it just died. Like it came out and it died. They couldn't do anything with it. But Square looks to actually be trying to make an effort with this game to do it right. And that's important. But like, if you're a gamer, like don't go out and harass those people. Like it doesn't do you any good. It just makes them feel miserable and makes them not want to keep doing what they're doing. We don't want to do that.
And I'm pretty sure it's a stressful job. Like very stressful, and then you put more stress on top of it. And I'm pretty sure, like, hey, I'm just trying to make you guys happy, and y'all want to trash this. So it's like, okay.
Well, yeah, like you think that they did that on purpose? Like they were like, hey, watch this, we're gonna release a game and the servers are gonna crash. No, not at all. Like, so be smart about it, peeps. Like let's be real. Like these are real people trying to do the best they can to give us the best entertainment they can. And let's just take that into consideration before we go out and blowing somebody up on Twitter.
I keep my Twitter fingers to a minimum.
Yeah. Well, like I always used to joke, like if you're mad enough to go tweet something about it, you should probably just take a breath.
Hey, that's facts.
Like just take a step back and be like, nah. So one thing that I've done over on Twitter over the last couple of weeks, and it's something that originally it was going to be a blog post, and I thought, man, this is a really good show topic. We should approach this, and we don't have a lot of time to talk about it tonight, but I want to talk a little bit about, and I want to just kind of put the bug in our community's ear, right? I would like to start a Connection Interruption Video Game Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So the reason I don't want to get too into it tonight is because Mark isn't here to kind of share with us like his thoughts on it. And I think that as the game day community continues to grow and we continue to see new people coming in and listen to the podcast and watching the videos and all of those things, it would be very, very interesting to hear what people have to say about what games they think should be there. So I went out on social media and I just started blasting people, like random friends of mine, people within the industry that I know, professional athletes that I know, musicians, people that work for GameStop that actually like are in the industry for a living, people that I know that just play. Like I just started throwing all these things out there and just kind of seeing what people were saying. And there's one game I probably contacted, I would say 75 people. One game that came up more than any other game.
What was that?
GoldenEye.
I agree with that one. I agree with that one. The split screen.
Well, that's it. Okay, so this is where I'm going with this. So we were just talking about co-op games, right? Like if you went back and played GoldenEye now, does it stand up?
No.
Not at all, right?
No.
But back in the day when you had 4 N64 controllers and you're playing in that little square, everybody's got their own little pocket, right, on the TV. That game was the bomb.
Yes. Hey, if you had, we used to have parties. Like, hey, you grab the snacks, I grab something to drink. Everybody coming over, and we would sit there for hours and play GoldenEye.
I'm looking at my list right now. GoldenEye, out of the probably 50 people, 1, 2. I mean, it's at least on there like 5 times. At least.
I feel their pain.
And I was sitting there thinking about it, like, man, what is the, like, for me, what is the one game that I would say, no doubt, it has to be in the Hall of Fame. End of discussion. What is it?
Drum roll.
It's not GoldenEye. It is not GoldenEye. It's not. Like, everybody's like GoldenEye, and I'm like, no.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna wait for Mark, but
yeah,
we're gonna pick one game into the gaming Hall of Fame today. What would your game be?
Super Mario World on Super Nintendo.
Nice pick.
Like there, and we would do the one's gotta go. For me, like we've got our 4 titles and they're all Switch games. All 4 of them are Mario games on the Switch, and that'll come out next week. But thankfully Hannah didn't put Super Mario World for SNES on that list at all, because I would have probably just lost it. Like between Mario Kart and Super Mario World on Super Nintendo, those are my two games that when I think about games that shaped me as a gamer, those are the 2 that stand out. And I know they're both Mario, and it's an easy cop out because I love Mario, but and it's not even Mario 3. Like a lot of people say Super Mario 3 was there.
Yeah.
But
they go to
like Super Mario World on SNES is my one. Like I just can't imagine any others. Anybody in chat, like you have any, like if I know we've got some people watching live, I'd love to hear what other people have to say. If you don't want to throw it in the chat now, put it out on Twitter at CONINTPOD. Send us a message. I want to get a collection of all these games that everybody says, hey, this should be it. And we can talk more about it in the future. I think it's a great topic, and I would love to hear Mark's. And it's a generational thing for me.
Yeah, it's going to be generational.
I think you see, because like some of the younger people that I talk to, like somebody said Red Dead Redemption 2. I was like, I love that game, but it's not.
I would agree with that.
I don't think it's one of my top 10.
I wouldn't say. Somebody said Fortnite. Mark said Fortnite.
Yeah. Okay, Team Mark, Fortnite. So that's on somebody else's list as well.
I would have to say mine 2. One is going to really tell my age. Mike Tyson Punch Out.
Oh, bro, there's no question.
That one, and My other one, I would say, it was on Dreamcast. Ready to Rumble with
Let's get
Afro
ready
Thunder.
to rumble,
With Afro Thunder, that
Dude,
was the truth.
Ready
And
to Rumble.
They doing a movie, that Afro Thunder movie.
That Ready to Rumble with Michael Jackson with the glittery glove.
Yes,
Dude, I love that.
yes.
Like on game day on Twitter the other day, they posted a thing like, what's the best console of all time?
Yeah.
And I said Dreamcast. And people were like losing their minds over it. Like I had all these people like, are you kidding me right now? And I'm like, no, it was so far ahead of its time. It was so far ahead of its time.
Well, I got a story about my Dreamcast. I still have the controllers, and you know how you put the memory card in the controller and it had the screen.
Yeah, the VMU. Yeah.
Well, my Dreamcast ended up getting ran over by my little brother's girlfriend. She threw it out the window. But I still have all my games and my controllers.
You know what you need to do? You need to keep an eye out on Arcade Legacy, like on their Facebook, because every once in a while he sells one that has an HDMI hookup in the back.
Okay.
Like he gets them in, and they're modded. They have that HDMI hookup, and then you can get back and play all those Dreamcast games. But like chat, like you guys. Everybody has a different idea of what the greatest games of all time are, right? Like we have some people that said Quake. Somebody said Pokemon Yellow. Parasite. What? Yes, Pokemon Yellow. Like, and this is now I'm going to tell you straight up. The person who said Pokemon Yellow is one of the people I respect as a gamer, probably more than anybody else I know. Like when I would talk to people about games when I worked at GameStop, and they would be like, "Oh, I want to talk to a dude that talks about games, like that knows a lot about games." I was like, "No, you want to talk to that girl over there because she's played more games than anybody I know." Okay. Like, you know.
Okay. All right.
When she said Pokemon Yellow, I went, "Okay, why?" Like, tell me why. You know. And she had some other ones too, like Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time was one of her others. But there's so many games, like just in a very broad spectrum. Like I'm going to run down this list real fast of what people said. Okay. And it really ranges. So we just have, T Mark says NBA 2K17.
That franchise. Yeah. I gave him that.
The NBA. Yeah. The franchise. I think that's spot on. I still think that like NBA 2K, the first one
trash
that was on Dreamcast was awful. But by the time they stopped releasing it on Dreamcast, it was really good. Yeah. Like by the time it was done on Dreamcast, it was good. So here's the list rundown. I'm not going to give any names or anything right now of who said what, because I actually am going to compile it and put it together with some graphics and stuff, and we're going to roll it out sometime and kind of let the community decide, like, hey, what do we want to put on? What do we don't? But Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
Pac-Man.
Yes.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
The Witcher.
Haven't played that one.
Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah.
WWE No Mercy. That was an N64 wrestling game for those of you that weren't around during that or didn't play those wrestling titles. It was choice, but still not my favorite one of all the games on 64 for wrestling. Mario Kart, which we knew would be on there. Tetris, Super Mario World on SNES. A Sony employee had that as their favorite game.
Snitching.
All right. Which is okay, because let's be honest, like SNES, Sony wasn't in the game yet, right? Like, all right. So I was at Super Mario, right? Pokemon Yellow, Ocarina of Time, Persona. Okay, T Mark says, Here Comes the Pain was the best wrestling game. SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. That's the one that had Brock Lesnar on the cover for PlayStation, I believe. So Resident Evil 2.
I'll give
another vote for GoldenEye. There's a bunch of GoldenEyes. Parasite Eve. This is one that I did not expect to see, and I was so excited when somebody told me. Space Invaders.
You definitely got to put that on there.
Like Space Invaders, I was like, yeah. And then the same person said Tempest and Pong. Pong, everybody knows. Tempest,
Yeah.
I think that's a dark horse. I think people would be like, wait, what? Like they're gonna have that's one that Mark would have to search, right? He would be like trying to figure out what it looks like. He's Googling that. Somebody else just said any of the WWE games on N64, and then he said, but the one with the NWO, which WCW versus NWO World Tour is the one that I would say out of all those would be my jam, like old school, right?
Afro Sister said, "Oh wow, yes,
yeah, old school." Like, and we're talking some old school stuff. Definitely some old school. But when we're talking about games that would go in the Hall of Fame, and you're talking about a broad range of people age-wise and what their experiences are, this is exactly why I want to do this project. This is why I want this to exist as part of the community of this show. Madden, which we knew somebody would say, because that's that franchise in general, right?
right."
Street Fighter 2.
Any Street Fighter, yeah, you got to put Street Fighter in there.
So I have to say, I want Street Fighter 2 and I want Street Fighter Alpha. Those are the two that I want. The rest of them can, maybe Street Fighter 2 Turbo, right? Like, I love fighting games. I'm not good at them. I love them. But, like, I felt like for a while there we were getting way too many. It was like boom, 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 boom.
Now, if I know you're reading off the list, but if Killer Instinct or Mortal Kombat is not on that list, I can't respect some of those gamers. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, but we're still going. Duck Hunt.
Yeah, you gotta with the dog.
Yeah, right. So Duck Hunt, Halo Combat Evolved, solely from in this aspect. It was interesting to hear why on this one from this person was what we were talking about earlier with GoldenEye, how 4 people could play together. He's like, I remember in college we would all go get like a 2-liter of Mountain Dew and a bunch of Grippos and hook our Xboxes up and just get at it. And I'm like, yeah, that explains it. Like that, to me, that makes sense. It completely makes sense. Quake. Because if it wasn't for Quake, we wouldn't have Doom and we wouldn't have all these other first-person shooters. The argument was that Quake is the game. Like Quake is the shooter that got it all going.
Yeah, graphics wasn't the best, but it was a good game.
Another GoldenEye, GTA 3.
Yes.
Which was interesting for me because I immediately turned my brain into what GTA 5 is now and think, why did they release GTA 4? Like, it's like 3 and 5. And then somewhere down here that you can't see is GTA 4. Just my opinion. But to have somebody else justify that GTA 3 was a good one, like kind of hit me. I was like, all right. The original Zelda.
Yes.
Mario 64. Metal Gear Solid.
Yes. Hold on. You see that behind me?
Yeah. Somewhere. Somewhere. Yeah. Which way? Yeah.
Which way?
Which way? That way. Tomb Raider.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat. There's your Mortal Kombat. That's why I was like, hold on, it's there. This one is one, and I couldn't believe this one was on the list, and I was super excited because I thought I was the only person that liked this game. Daytona, USA.
Hold on, I still have a copy. You're not the only person.
When somebody said that, I was like, oh, I'm not the only one. Like, Dave and Buster's had that huge Daytona USA, like where there were like 10 cars or whatever, and y'all could get in and race each other at the same time.
Yes.
Chef's kiss. That game still like chef's kiss for sure. Twisted Metal. Uncharted.
Yeah.
God of War.
Yeah.
Gears of War.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7.
Most definitely.
And that was Santi Martinez from Game Day that put that one in the mix. If you haven't gone over to our blog, be sure to head over to the Game Day blog. Santi does some great work over there. CS:GO was on the list. Half-Life, and then Chris R34444 said Minecraft.
Gallagher.
Afrocentric says Galaga. You are not going to find an argument against Galaga for me.
No.
I have a Galaga arcade right behind me. So there's no argument there for me on that one, Afrocentric. I think you're on.
Hold up.
Oh yeah. So talk about this because well actually let me wrap this up because the last one I had to say Swing, one of our co-hosts, the one who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight because of his dental work, his pick was GTA 5. Like he said, the one game that stood out to him that had to be in there is GTA 5. And we'll talk more to Swing about that. I think this is a cool little project. I think this is something that we get out there and we start getting the community going, and Afrocentric will add a Galaga to the mix here. I'm actually going to put it on the list now.
Afrocentric say, what is that?
Yeah, it was we'll talk about it here in a second.
Yeah.
So, so we asked you guys over the last 2 episodes to retweet and like the podcast on Twitter, and you had a chance to win a copy of Control. And I'm going to announce the winner now here towards the end of the show. The winner is Chris Brown. Chris 34444. You win a copy of Control on PC. I have a Steam code for you, so come and see me. You know how to get a hold of me. Everybody knows at Touched Artist on any form of social media. You can find me. Even when I don't want to be found, people find me. Somebody's messaging me right now, and I don't want to be found. I'm in the middle of a podcast, so
boss, he ain't working.
Yeah, I am not working right now. So Afrocentric asks, "Oh wow, what is that?" This is one of the coolest toys that anybody has ever found at Half Price Books.
Yes,
we're all about the crazy finds or the cool little things that you can get a hold of. Have you even opened it yet, Tay?
No.
All right, so we're doing an unboxing. Hold on, you're going full screen, brother. You're gonna. We gotta unbox this bad boy.
Yeah. So this is the crazy story. I literally just got this yesterday. I got 2 crazy finds yesterday. So this is one of them. This is the Atari Arcade Duo Power. So it has the Atari controller, and you put your iPad on top as the screen, and it has over how many games? I think like 100 something games already installed, and it doesn't need batteries. But we're about to unbox this thing. Shout out to my people over at Half Price Books. Let's see. When you pick the wrong time to cut your fingernails off. Alrighty. Let's get this together. Okay. Haha. Here we go. So this is the actual controller.
Ooh.
So, and it has the older iPad attachment. So, me being an Apple head, I actually have the older iPad. So, you pretty much put the iPad on fully charged. You turn it on.
Does it have a port where you can charge it as well? Like, can you plug your power?
Yeah, it has the port. You can lock it and unlock it, and you can charge up the iPad and the controller at the same time.
That's awesome. So,
and it has all the Atari arcade games installed. So
sweet. Yeah, we're gonna have to. You have to video some of that so we can see what that looks like in the wild, like how that plays out.
Well, I definitely will, and I know for all my PS4 fans, I also got a great find yesterday. I didn't tell you about this before the show. Hold up, I was looking for this when the game first came out. I had to go to Walmart and get the game because the limited edition was gone. But eventually,
Hate you right now. I hate you right now because I really want that. I just want the statue. It has nothing to do with the game. I have the game already. I just want the statue.
you talking about this one?
Yeah, that one.
And
All right,
so-
all right, folks. That's the end of the show for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and cancel because
Well, it has the Hulk bobblehead and Thor's hammer.
the Hulk bobblehead would last about 10 seconds in my house because the 4-year-old would be all about it.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, but
Isn't that the art book or whatever?
yeah, I think.
Isn't there
And then it has the metal case.
Where did you get this at?
Half price books. And I know you're gonna get mad when I tell you the price that I got it for.
No, because you're not going to tell me the price. Because it's going to be less than $75.
It was less than that. Way less than that. Hold up. For the Atari, the Atari game and this together, it's probably the price of one new game.
My heart hurts just a little bit. I really like. I have been waiting patiently waiting for that collector's edition to go on clearance somewhere.
No, I got a spot for you. It's in paper company, the paper company at Surrey Square. They have a lot of collectibles, so they might have a couple more in there.
Yeah, I just need that statue. I have 2 shelves of Destiny like collectibles that are getting ready to be boxed up because I haven't played Destiny in over a year now, I don't think.
Yeah.
So it's time to start displaying some of the stuff that hasn't gotten much love. But yeah, like that's the statue. That's one of the statues that I've been looking at. Like, oh man, like
So this is what I'm gonna do for you. My brother from another mother. If I go back over there and they have it, I will
snatch one up. And I will
Venmo
you the cash money.
No, you don't have to Venmo me, man. Afrocentric, don't be jealous.
Yeah,
well,
right. Like,
hit us up, and if they have another Atari joint, I'll try to link up with you and make sure you get it.
That Atari thing is super cool. It's all like the little gadgets. I used to always say, I should do a podcast that's just about gadgets that I find that are gaming related. That's the kind of thing that I would like be super, super excited to see. There's always some new accessory that like I wanted to see. And we haven't talked about this before, but did you see the new headphones that Xbox is releasing?
Yes.
Yes. Like we're audio nerds, so for those of you that between music and stuff like that, like when a new pair of headphones comes out, Tay and I are both like salivating. Like we want to hear and see what they've got. These it's Bang and Olufsen, right? B&O have released a $500 pair of headphones for the Xbox One.
Yes.
Wireless.
Yes.
Wireless.
Sweet.
They are phenomenal looking. Like they literally look amazing. And I'm putting the link to those in the chat on Twitch. And it's a crazy link, I know, but they come in multiple colors. They're releasing in black, gray, and navy brass, which is beautiful. Like they're blue with a brass finish. Like Microsoft, hook a brother up. Send me a pair of these, even if it's just like
to test them out with something.
To test them, and I'll send them back. Like you can take my credit card number. I will send them back after I've tested them and talk about them and unbox them. Like I want these attached to my ears, even if for a limited time. Because if I tell you right now, if I buy these, they're going to cost me more than $500.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Because my wife is going to divorce me if I buy these. Like straight up, like she'll be like, "You did what?" What now? And if I'm not dead, straight up, if she doesn't kill me,
Hey, I'll DJ your divorce party for free.
there we go. Like it's gonna I'm seriously not trying to be like flippant about it because I don't want to deal with that. But she would lose her mind if I paid $500 for a pair of headphones. And I was listening to another podcast the other day, and they were like, Microsoft sent us each a pair of these. And I was like, all right, their listener base is probably bigger than ours is right now. We're just getting started.
Right.
But come on. Like, they just look ridiculous. Like, they look so pretty. I'm not like, I just can't, like, I can't even imagine like having a $500 pair of headphones in my life. Look, I mean,
yes. Yeah. And they look like the new,
like,
Apple Max headphones.
Yeah, those look amazing too. But straight up, like these.
Yeah.
Like, it's got it. Like, come on. Like, see, look at that blue and brass. That's some pretty stuff right there. So, if you see a pair of these on my head during the next podcast,
just know
I didn't buy them because I'm still alive. Like, that's how this is going to happen. But, accessories, if you guys see any cool accessories, if you're out there, you're in the community, you come out and you see an accessory that you're like, that's pretty tight, share it with us. We'd love to talk about that kind of stuff. Like, we love those little gadgets. We love getting good deals on stuff. And if you see a deal somewhere, don't hesitate to tag us in it, because we're all about that. I oftentimes talk about how I've learned how to be a budget gamer over the years. And we'll have a segment about that eventually too. And probably one of our off week shows, we'll do some hunting. I thought about going to the swap meet, hitting up the flea markets and like see what kind of game deals we can get.
Hey, I have my video guy come with us. We should do that. And
I think that would be a fun one. But if you guys know of anybody that has some great deals, or you see something out there on the web that you think we should talk about here on the Connection Interruption podcast, be sure to hit us up on social media, at CONINT pod on Twitter, on Instagram. You can find me at Touched Artist on every form of social media. So there's zero question as to where I'll be. Again, at Touched Artist. And then you can see Tay at DJ Tay Boogie
everywhere
on every form of social media as well. We're out there. We're trying to do as much as we can. We appreciate you guys all for listening to the show, watching the show. It is a blast for us to be part of this. And we really do appreciate it. Again, thanks to our friends from Frisch's Big Boy.
Salute.
As has now become tradition, running to Big Boy's drive-through prior to the show to make sure we've got our drinks.
Hold on, I want to give a shout out to the one in Norwood, because they were kind of fast in the drive-through. They got me back in time to get
Lawrenceburg
in my stomach.
The Lawrenceburg one hooked me up tonight too. I was worried. I left like less than an hour before the show. We were like, oh, we gotta go. We gotta have food. But yeah, thanks again to Frisch's for giving us an opportunity to be part of the Frisch's Big Boy family and be just, we love their stuff. So it's awesome to have them sponsor us, because we do really enjoy it. Afrocentric, thank you for watching. Everybody who's hopped in the chat tonight, Afrocentric, OK Team Mark. We appreciate you guys coming on live and watching us live, because when you comment, we can put it up there. And we love to be able to share that with our community. Tay, do you have anything else before we wrap it up for the night?
Yeah, before we wrap it up for the night, while I was going on my hunt for gadgets, definitely got to give a shout out to HB, Mila, Mark, and Yeah, that's my support team while I go crazy shopping for stuff I should be buying, but I buy it anyway. But it's definitely dope. And disclaimer, sorry, PlayStation, those headphones are dope.
Right?
And I like them.
I mean, yeah. They should be dope. Because I'm gonna get a divorce if I buy them.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm not buying. I can't buy them. Like I just can't. As much as I would love to buy them, there's a different market. Like Microsoft has done a great job at putting. They've got $100 price point one, and they get the $500 price point one, and then you got Sony in the middle with the pulses, right? That are like right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those headphones are nice for the PlayStation as well. So everybody kind of doing some stuff to step up their audio game, but those B&O for real. Just
we could talk about this next show, but did you see the link on the controllers I sent you that you can use for any system?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next show.
Yeah, we're definitely that might actually be a purchase that happens.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that link and was like, yeah, that could be a thing. But yeah, so thanks for watching, everybody. We just had somebody jump in to join us right here at the end, unfortunately, as we're getting ready to wrap up. But again, we appreciate all y'all for coming out and watching. Thanks again to Frisch's Big Boy. And hopefully Mark will be back to 100% here in 2 weeks. We will have another show for you guys on the 28th of this month. Look out for additional content on social media. We've got One's Gotta Go that's going to get released. I'm also doing another project that Tay and I are going to talk about in the post show, which you guys won't have access to yet, but we're right about there.
We're working on it
and trying to have a little post show action. But we do a lot of our post show stuff in the show for you guys anyway, usually, but there's some cool stuff down the pike, and we really are looking forward to sharing with you guys in our game day community. But again, thanks for watching. We will see you guys on Wednesday, April 28th.
Yes.
And until next time, peace.
Peace.